asked me to reach out to the schools to find out if the high school auditorium and as a backup, the Cole Street auditorium would be available to us. I am working through that. I've talked to Jessica's office today, finally, and they are deferring me to Dan Deedy. I don't quite get why it's going through Dan, he's the finance agent, but I will follow the tracks. Apparently we have another few days to arrange for our hearing, so.
Welcome to my world.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Welcome to my world. All right, we're okay with tabling it, right? We didn't talk about that. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, all right.
Can we just be okay with it, or do we gonna move to table it?
No, I think we're just okay with it.
Works for me.
We'll just act like it was never here.
I like it.
Anything else, Andy?
I am good.
Okay, Board-
Maybe company.
board member announcements? Dave?
Do have a question. You brought up, I think it was last month, about us and the recycling and finding the companies. Remember the 26 tires and
Yes.
trying to figure all that. Is there any movement on that whatsoever?
This board voted to send that to the landfill oversight committee?
Correct.
Landfill oversight or sustainability?
No,
Landfill oversight
landfill.
committee. And to my knowledge, they have not had a meeting
They only
since
had
that
that
day.
one meeting.
So I'd like to
We
present
have
to
one
the
next
landfill, I'd like to
Tuesday.
move this, this is an opportunity, I mean, I don't wanna call it an opportunity. This is potential revenues that the town of Southbridge is gonna be losing because we are not doing the enforcement. Somebody's gotta do the enforcement, so I just assume it'd be us, and the only thing else is I'm still waiting for Mike Scott. Mike Scott did respond to me, but with a really roundabout answer, I gotta nail it down.
Yeah, so we brought this up, you brought this up a few months back, and we were still waiting on, they were supposed to have a meeting, then they were supposed to have another meeting, and haven't had it yet.
Unfortunately, Casella is also suffering in this because they continue to be the bad guys to their own customers, and that's not necessarily where we want to put them.
Sure.
We should be the enforcement agent of laws and policy things.
I should say that nobody went over the threshold in the month of
They're
February.
good. I think we scared them by suspending 2 of them. 2 facilities were suspended
The
earlier,
word gets out.
so,
Okay.
thank you.
Second. Maureen?
I'm on landfill oversight, and
Yep.
I wasn't aware, what do you want us to do? And we do have a meeting scheduled for Tuesday, the 28th.
There was a quick history. There is condition number 19, I believe, which talks about recycling, and other towns that recycle less than us should be penalized for recycling less than we do. And
Right.
it really came down to the fact that we don't take a whole lot of trash from a whole lot of other towns. We take trash from transfer stations, and there's no way to track one, there's no way to penalize one town for the compilation of 10 towns' trash that comes through the transfer stations. So earlier in the year, I brought it before the board to alternatively, let's look at banned items and see what's coming in and try to control some of the recycling, some of the banned through that. And Casella and the town of Southbridge discussed a program where we would basically forgive like 1 tire a day, but not more than that. So we set a line at 26 tires. If they go over 26 tires, there would be a percentage, there would be a penalty on the tonnage that they sent into the landfill. So there would be a percentage added to that month's bill for any month that they exceeded the 26 tires. Casella has since come to us and said that it is not appropriate for them to be issuing fines,
Yeah.
especially since the money is supposed to be used to enhance recycling efforts. So therefore, the money should be coming to the town of Southbridge. Enforcement should go through the enforcement agency, which is the Board of Health. So they requested that we take over the whole thing. The way it was originally proposed, we were dividing the revenues that were gonna come in, because Casella was doing the administration end of this thing. We were dividing it in half, they were taking half the revenues, we were getting half the revenues. If we take it over, all revenues realized from this, all penalties realized through this will go to the town of Southbridge for our recycling efforts.
Okay.
Would this be Bob as would be doing it? Or?
This is a combination of Bob, we have Bob up there doing our spotting to see what comes out of the trailers. Casella also has spotters up there, and at the end of the day, Bob's records are compared to Casella's records to make sure we're fairly accurate, so, but the actual enforcement letters written would be Anna and I.
Okay.
Anna and I would be writing the letters, and we would be bringing anybody who appealed up to the board.
But Andy, so what do you want the landfill oversight to do? Like, come up with maybe another solution or
No,
specifically?
really, we got into a robust discussion on this at the board meeting, and Sue Stocky said, looks like we're running in circles right now. Why don't we bring this to landfill oversight to make sure we're all comfortable with this, and we'll
To
bring it back to the
discuss
Board
it?
of Health and say, recommendation, do
Okay.
this.
Yes,
I mean,
also as
the
a,
program is in place.
Yes.
I mean,
also as a member of the landfill oversight, I recall it was going to come to us. Andy, would it be appropriate for you and whether Tracy be the agent or Casella to, you know what you want, you know what Casella is looking for, the two of you bringing the formal,
I can attend that. When's that meeting? What's that there?
5:30.
Tuesday
28th.
at 5:30.
I hate all of you.
but all I'm suggesting is that we're just going to review it. We're not in a position where we're going to write it, so if you can write it up in conjunction with the operator and bring it to us, it's just a
It's
review.
done.
It's already written. Casella's already been doing it.
Mhm.
All that's on the table is asking for the town of Southbridge to take over.
the administrative effort of enforcement.
Okay.
So,
That's it.
and again, I'm still waiting for a response from the attorney. Because I put a question to the attorney about fines, penalties. Right now, the penalties, because they're run through a private company, they can pretty much do what they want, it's their company. The penalties are based on revenues of that month. I'm not sure a municipality can set a nomadic penalty. Meaning if I'm doing 5% and you do $100 this month, well, your penalty this month is $5, but if you do 1,000, your penalty next month is $50. I'm not sure a municipality can do a waiver in penalty. We may have to adjust slightly and set the penalty at a given dollar per tire or dollar per month that they fail to meet it. So,
I think that's what it was, that's why the
That was-
landfill was supposed to do all that.
and I will call the attorney again tomorrow. I got the answer actually finally 3 days ago, and I read it and I'm like, you missed the ball. You know, he didn't answer the question I asked him.
I'm not sure there's much more for the LOC to discuss,
Right.
because I think it hangs on the legal structure that the town can find by.
But the board did ask to send it to.
Well, they'll at least get guidance from the landfill oversight
And
committee.
that was the whole purpose
Right.
behind it, was for you guys to tell us what you guys were looking for.
We're just gonna briefly look it over and
All right.
answer any questions and then hand it on to the board.
Okay, Dave, what else?
That's the train of thought.
I know, that's what you've been
I
doing.
know, that's why I write these down.
It's the rusty rails.
Yeah, I don't know, no, I'm good right now, thank
You all set?
you. Yeah, I'll remember afterwards.
One quick follow-up on the tire thing.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to have Anna provide Maritza to attach to the LOC packet? You know, she's got all the letters, you know, that were sent out to people, so I think that would be good for the LOC to see
Mhm.
exactly what we put out there.
She says, yeah.
Agenda 9, subcommittee announcement, landfill oversight committee,
Have a meeting Tuesday, 5:30.
Tuesday.
Um,
And we should get more. Triabic?
It was rescheduled due to the weather,
Rescheduled.
again.
If it's a disaster.
Well, you know,
we're
they keep
dealing
having
with
them, they
disaster.
keep scheduling these meetings on the blizzard days, you know?
You're a disaster response group.
Exactly.
I know.
I've got who wants it
The
around?
crisis center was closed.
As long as we have a disaster on a nice day and nothing really bad happens now.
Exactly.
Schedule next meeting, I think that's already been set, which is
Has it?
Yes.
I didn't get that
Okay, we are at the end of March, we usually schedule 2 meetings out. I want to put caution out there that 2 of the members and the director will be at a training on the last week of, when's that training?
24th to the 28th.
March 24th to 28th, so, and that would be the landfill meeting, so I think if we can set that
March
appropriately.
24th,
April.
April,
March 24th. Oh. Write that down. So I don't show up tomorrow.
You want to write it in bright pen so you don't have to hold your own. What are you writing April 24th down for?
He's writing the
Hey.
date.
That's a date that we're
So
not
we-
available, no, we're not available that.
Oh, you're not? I thought you guys were,
No,
what
we're
day are you
gonna-
guys leaving?
The 24th.
The
We're gonna be
24th.
gone the 24th to
So
the
I
28th.
suggest the 6th for the non-landfill issue. Does that work?
Six is fine with me.
That's not landfill.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
So it's
All
20th?
right, and
20th.
will the 20th work?
I will not be here.
Well, just leave your pad. Just
Just write your notes
I don't know
down
if
and
you guys
leave your
have any
pen.
interest in this, but.
I mean, we could do a
six general
VTC or
government
something like that,
section
do
block
a
bylaws.
teleconference.
You can,
They
you
do it
can
from
FaceTime
California,
in,
I-
you can FaceTime in.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there, I've just been informed by a very, obviously more intelligent being than myself. On the 6th, the general government will be discussing pop bylaws for the town, and I am on that.
Well, we're gonna have to have a meeting without you then.
Yes.
Well, I don't see any, there's really no.
Unless we just do 2 back to back, that's the
Unless we
only
do
other thing.
13th and
Unless we do
20th.
13 and
I won't
20th.
lose sleep if I miss a meeting.
13th, make it the 13th then, all right?
EHS budget meeting 13th, which means we need Andy there too.
April's a bad month. What do you guys like Tuesdays?
You can't do Wednesday the 12th either, that's general government's budget meeting.
Why do you always win?
Go to the council.
Okay, so the 13th and the 20th, we'll do 2 back-to-back.
April 13th, you just said it's
That
a,
is EHS budget meeting,
What?
which means we need help.
we have the budget meeting for this department.
Well, if you're not here, you
I'm good.
can't be for either one.
I mean, he could do, I mean, he could do it and then, and like, we could set it up so that health is first and then he comes over
What
here.
time is
if
the
he wants.
EHS?
It's set for 6:30 right now.
And what time is the
Yeah.
pop meeting?
That's at 6:30 here. That will be longer. I mean, if we set up Board of Health's meeting, a Board of
We can do
Health
the
budget
EHS on the-
first.
We can do the EHS on the 13th, I mean, the Board of Health on the 13th, and I will ask that I get scheduled first for the EHS.
Okay.
That gets me done by
Okay.
the 7 o'clock start time for the Board
That's
of Health.
good. All right,
Till the 20th?
April 13th and April 20th
April 13th and April 20th.
at 7 PM.
Yep. And we'll entertain an adjournment.